Good evening, District 40 Toastmasters and friends. Welcome to our December podcast episode. How are you all doing today?
Doing wonderful, doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, cannot believe we are finally at December. 2024 has
Mm.
definitely flew by so quickly. Are you guys looking forward to the holiday season?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the relaxation
Hmm.
and just a time to kick back. So definitely. What about you? What you looking forward to this holiday season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to spending time with my family. I have family coming in from out of town. So I haven't been able to spend the holidays like with my blood family in a very long time. I do have, friends here in Columbus that are like family to me, and I'm always grateful to be able to spend time with those friends and their family, but it's really special to be able to invite my own family here. So I'm looking forward to
Mm.
that happened this year. What about you, Sydney? What are you looking forward to?
Other than getting free stuff and getting to let Lope be a loafer more than usual,
Yeah.
probably probably get to work, go spend extra time with the missus and the friends and family that always drive past me to spend more time with them, get some cleaning done around the house, the
Yeah.
usual stuff. But might
Hmm.
go on some hikes with my brother-in-law Daniel, and looking forward to that. So if you're looking at
Nice.
this, Daniel, shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah.
What about you,
What,
Angela?
yeah, what about you, Angela?
I don't think I can get anybody to go on a hike with me.
A
Maybe do
flight?
a hike. I won't be able to get anybody to go on a hike with me.
Oh, a hike. I thought you said a flight. Like, I'll go with you.
Yeah. No, I'm sure I got plenty of people that
Hmm.
I could take off with, but no, just sticking around, hanging out with family, playing
Yeah.
some games.
Yeah. It's
It'll be
always special just to have some time with your family
As
and
far
friends.
as far as fights go, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with Angela. I'd lose.
yeah, I can find people to fight with. That's
Right? Well, friends, we have a pretty special episode this evening. But before we get into the details of the episode, like every episode, we love to read our mission statement and the purpose of why we're here. So, our mission statement is to educate and to entertain our listeners and viewers by providing a positive and supportive experience to help our listeners and viewers develop stronger communication and leadership skills. Now, this month, our episode's a little bit different. Before we go into that, I will let Sydney introduce our word of the day. So, Sydney, what is the word of the day?
The word of the day is not pizza, but pizzazz.
Ooh,
Pizzazz. It is an attractive combination of vitality and glamour, the two
ooh,
things we associate with the holidays.
that's
It's
right.
always festive, it's always full of glamour, like our beautiful holiday lights we installed up here prior to the meeting. And using a sentence, a new way to add graphics pizzazz to your desktop publishing project is to use Zoom lights like these.
Yeah.
Back to you, Althea.
Yeah, that definitely adds some pizzazz to our Zoom screens here. So, thank you for the word of the day. All right, friends. So, like I was saying earlier, our episode this month is a little bit different. We always have special guests. And we like to highlight individuals in our district who are leaders or doing things. And we've had, I think, at most three guests at once. But this episode, we have four guests that will be joining us shortly. As you guys know, the registration for the 2025 district conference went live, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So right now, you can register to attend. And we thought it'd be a great opportunity to invite members from the conference committee to our podcast episode to share some information with you all about the conference that's coming up in May of 2025. How many of you have already purchased your early bird tickets?
Mm.
I will get mine after we log
Not
off.
yet.
Not yet. I know, same thing too. I'm kind of waiting until after the holidays to kind of get that going, but definitely will be in attendance and the podcast will be there. We'll announce later kind of what our presence will be like at the conference. We're really looking forward to being there and having a great time in Kentucky. So we're waiting for our guests to come back to the main room. But until then, any fun holiday things that you guys like to do with your family? Any traditions or not really?
Hmm. We might put up our Christmas tree before the end of December. Maybe.
I mean, Christmas is next week. And I mean, no judgment if you decide to put it up the day before, that's fine. If you decide to do that.
And then leave it up for all of January or maybe
Right.
February.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, check out this great, talented group of leaders within District 40. It is my honor to welcome to our podcast episode this evening Renee Mitchell, Don Schultze, Sue Schindler, Judy Smith, Michael Pope, and Darlene West. They are the members of our 2025 conference committee. Welcome to our podcast episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we will go ahead and turn things over to the committee to share some exciting news about what's happening with our conference next year.
I guess that means I'm starting.
You're up, Judy.
You're up,
Judy.
All right. The concept of complete a level challenge at the district conference was born basically in District 10, way back when I was first starting. It was called at that point a CTM challenge, which was a competent Toastmaster challenge. And you could give your 10th speech in the manual at the district conference and earn your CTM. What that enabled you to do was to get a different audience, a different evaluator, stretch your comfort zone so that you could learn more and develop greater skills. So we've modified it for pathways to complete a level challenge. So the idea is we'll have 3 or more sessions where speakers can sign up and say, I want to give one of my speeches to complete a level at the district conference. We'll also have a place where evaluators can sign up, and then they will be paired with evaluators or with speakers. If the speech is a 5 to 7 minute speech, there could be more of them in a workshop session. If they are longer ones, they'll be shorter or smaller amounts of people giving it, but that still gives you an avenue for a longer presentation where some of the club's meetings would not give that ability to have the person do that speech. So we'll have different lengths of speeches. When people sign up to give a speech, they'll say, I'm doing this particular path, I'm doing this particular level, this particular project, what my time limit is, here's my title, my speaker introduction, whatever the objectives are that they need to be putting on. When the evaluators sign up, they can say whether they want to do a 5 to 7 minute speech, whether they want to do a longer speech, and we will be able to put them together, and we'll have a few sessions at the conference and see how many different levels we can complete at the district conference. Any questions?
That's awesome. I think it's a great opportunity for members, like you said, to be able to complete their pathway levels and also help their club earn their distinguished club program point. So I see, Angela, I saw your hand up. Did you have a question for Judy?
Sure. Thanks, Judy. I think this sounds like a lot of fun. I was just wondering, this is something that you would sign up for, like after you're already at the conference, you would just sign up there?
No, this
Or
will
is-
be before
ahead-
the conference, ahead of time. We'll have people sign up ahead of time so we know how many evaluators we need to have, how many speakers we'll be having, how many sessions we'll need. At this point, there are 3 sessions set aside for this, but if we get an overwhelming number of people who want to do this, we may be able to add some more speaking workshops throughout the weekend.
Okay. Is that part of like the registration, or where could somebody sign up, I guess?
We'll probably have a separate area to sign up. I haven't discussed where we're going to do that, but we can look at that, whether or not, if the registration is not complete yet, we can add it to the registration, and then there'll be like a separate form or something, so we can contact people and get their information. Do we know if the registration's already open there?
Registration is open. I purchased my ticket.
Same.
They'll probably make it a separate form. That'll be easier to manage.
Right, okay. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I have a question. So would this opportunity be only available to individuals who are attending the conference in person? What if there's a member that is unable to attend in person but would still like to take advantage of this activity? Would that be a possibility for that individual?
I don't see that there should be any restrictions. I don't know that the committee has even discussed that possibility, but I don't really see why a person would be excluded.
Okay.
So does anybody else have any thoughts one way or the other on that?
I think they would be. I don't think we're going to have a virtual component
Right.
Okay.
at the conference, but I don't know.
If a person showed up to give their speech, but they weren't able to attend the rest of the conference, I would think that would be okay, but I'm not making the rules here, so hopefully
Sure.
that's a good answer.
They probably wouldn't be able to, because to attend any of the breakout sessions, you have to be registered for the conference.
Agreed. Okay.
I got a question.
Mm.
When you give a speech, how would the person know that they are completing a level? Because within each path, each level, you give multiple speeches for each level. So how would we work that out in terms of you having to give multiple? You understand what I'm saying?
Good
Well,
question.
we can either go on the honor system, or we can have the vice president of ed for the particular club members' progress confirm that they are going to finish the level at with that particular speech. But I'm hoping that we don't have to come down to that administrative headache.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that people can do that just with integrity.
Yeah, and also I think too that some people may believe that they can give the speech and that they're done. So I don't know if there's any way to be able to confirm, because I'm a vice president of education within my club, and I just talked to a member who felt like they were done with their level, and then when I went in to let them know that they still needed to complete one more speech before they were actually done, we were able to shore up the understanding around what they actually have to do to officially be completed with one level. So just thinking about what that can look like, I don't know what the administratively or what that could look like, but I think it's necessary to consider in terms of when we're saying someone's completing a level.
Yeah, I still think it'll be up to the vice president of education to work with that member. So if they're going to utilize this opportunity to give a speech to help complete a level, at the end of the day, the club officers still have the responsibility of approving that. So hopefully the VP is keeping great notes and keeping track of the speeches that their members are doing, as well as what's happening in pathways, and then can marry the two together and then validate that they've completed the level. But so I have another question, Judy, before we turn things over to the next presenter. Would an individual have an opportunity to give more than one speech? Say, for example, I have two speeches left in my level to complete, and this would be a great opportunity for me to give two speeches during conference weekend. Would I have that opportunity?
I think we would have to see how much interest there is. If there isn't enough interest and there are open slots, then I don't see why not. If there is an overwhelming number of people who want to do it, then I'd probably say let's restrict it to one per person. The other thing is, if we know ahead of time what level and what path, what speech you're giving, we will have printed evaluation forms for the evaluators, who can then give it to the speaker, who can then take it back to the VP of Ed, who can say, look, I completed this project at this conference, and that can be the justification for completing a level.
And one more question before we turn things over to Renee. Would these speeches be limited to just a 5 to 7 minute speech, or if someone had a longer speech time, would that be allowable for this event as well?
We are having different time limits for the speeches. So if you have a longer one, there may be one session which has all longer speeches in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's say we have 3 people who want to do 10-minute speeches, those could all be paired together, or we could make a combination of them, but we'll need to have people sign up with the speech project and what the time limit is, so that we can put them all together into a 45-minute workshop.
One question before we, or for you as well, Judy. Do we also, will the speeches be held in breakout rooms during their own seminar portion during the actual conference? Or how do you envision?
My understanding is that it is a workshop session. Whether or not they're going to be all at the same time or whether they're going to be interspersed, I haven't discussed that with Arlen yet, but
Yeah, there are different times on the schedule from what
Okay.
I've seen, what I've last seen.
I love this concept, Judy.
I do
And
too.
I know it's
I
going to
do
be wonderful for people to go in with the understanding that they can complete a level, and by the time you're done with the conference, have one of the things checked off that they're working towards. I think this is a great way to get other people involved and to have share the stage with other dynamic speakers that are going to be there too. So this is a wonderful concept. I'm looking forward to seeing how things roll out.
I like the idea of having different evaluators because sometimes we get comfortable with the people in our clubs and then other evaluators can see something that we just really don't see ourselves.
blind spot. Yeah.
Also, for some of the members, this is probably going to be the largest audience they've ever spoken to as well.
Good point.
They've only spoken to clubs.
Correct.
Yeah. What
When
a way
I
to
did-
get on stage fright.
When I did it, my workshop was supposed to have 50 people in it. The time slot that mine was, one of the workshops got canceled. So my audience went from 50 to 75 in the blink of an eye. So I gave my 10th speech before 75 people.
Awesome.
It was an awesome experience. That's why I wanted to bring it back.
We're looking forward to that, Judy. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, we're going
Welcome.
to turn things over to Renee to talk about our first timers.
I need to take off, so I'll talk to you later.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Judy.
Judy. Thank you,
Bye.
Judy.
Bye,
Thank
Judy.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty, everybody. Hopefully I'm in. Let's see. Can you guys still see my screen?
You're good.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this year we're going to do something a little bit different in that we're going to have 2 first-timer sessions. We found that we didn't really have enough time last year to do everything that we wanted to do. So we decided to do it twice. Friday evening is going to be a little bit more of a fun type. We're going to do a things in common icebreaker. This is something we did last year. You get in a group, we break people up into groups, and they have to find something that they all have in common. And we have certain, rules about what they can't say they're all Toastmasters, obviously. They can't be all first timers. It has to be something unique about them. But we find that people think they don't have anything in common with each other when in reality they really do. So things in common icebreaker. And then we're going to do something super fun called the Run for the Roses Team Scavenger Hunt, where they are going to have to go around to places in the hotel. And we're not going to make them run all over the place, but places where they have to go and take pictures of certain things and see which team finishes first. And then the last thing will be called Pick Your Own Horse. So obviously there are a lot of races that are going to happen on Saturday. We are going to give people a list and let them pick the horse that they think is going to win their race and maybe have a little prize for them on Saturday.
Cool.
Next, on Saturday morning, we're going to make it maybe a little bit more formal, a little bit more fancy. We're going to have a best hat or outfit in town because I know maybe not all the gentlemen will want to wear hats, but see who can get dressed up the best. And then we'll have a little pre-party, understanding that it is morning, but one of the traditions of the Kentucky Derby is to have mint juleps. So we will serve mint juleps at our little pre-party on Saturday morning. And again, it's just another chance for our first timers to get to know each other, realize that, they're not the only ones that are coming for the very first time. And what we do like to do at that point is also ask, what do you love about it, the conference? What do you wish we could do better? That sort of thing. So we really want to make it a relaxed yet fun environment for our first timers, because at the end of the day, we want them to enjoy the conference, but we also want them to do 2 things. Number 1 is come back next year. And the second thing is to bring a guest with them. So that is our first timers program. Do I have any questions from the podcast team?
Well, I'm kind of jealous that I'm not going to be a part of this one.
Yes, and you cannot fake it. You have, when you sign up, if I see people on there, if I see you guys listed as first timers, I'll be like, okay, come on. I know I've seen it before.
I don't know
First
why,
time
but I
at
feel
that conference, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
right,
why, but I
exactly.
always
That
feel
conference, yeah.
I don't know why, but I almost get the impression there should be an imposter like in the style of Among Us who thwarts the scavenger party. That'd be an extra element.
Yeah.
Something interesting to think about for sure.
I don't have any questions, but I'm really excited for the first time attendees to experience that. So I'm really curious to hear from
Mhm.
them after
Yeah.
going through those events, what their thoughts were. But
Yeah, and Arlen's goal is to have 100 first timers. So last year we had just over 50, which I thought was really a good number registered. So her goal is to have 100 at least. So that would be an amazing goal. I hope we can reach it because that means that our marketing was good for the conference and that we got a lot of new people interested in something that they've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to that.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
hear
so
that?
thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah,
District
it sounds fun.
100 of you that have
Right.
not
Cheers.
attended the conference. Let's make this happen. We want to see you in Kentucky in May of 2025. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank
I
you.
think we're going to transition now over to Dawn to talk a little bit about fundraising.
Okay, great. Thanks. One of the things that I like to talk about with fundraising is it takes a lot of money to put together a conference. You may not realize the hidden costs that are associated with the fun times that you see at a contest and the food and the experience, the rooms. They just get more expensive every year. So we really are relying now on sponsorships to be able to help make the ticket price a little bit more reasonable. So you probably have heard that the early bird registration this year is only $129. And the only way we were able to offer that is if we could accept some sponsorships and really raise some funds. So here's where I'm hoping everybody, not only here in the podcast, but everybody watching here today would be able to go ahead and help us with that a little bit. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully you'll be all able to share the opportunities there. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me do it this way. And so again, just as a reminder, our annual conference is May 2nd through the 4th, Kentucky Derby weekend in Lexington, Kentucky. Embassy Suites is a beautiful hotel and you don't want to miss it. Here's a little bit of the conference itself. I'll just share with you is we do expect about 150 to 200 attendees. The 3 days we mentioned already, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a little bit of a twist with some of the events. So just, I'm not going to go ahead and break the news about that, but it's going to be a little bit twist of how some of the different events are on different nights this year. We do have members from Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and it's a great opportunity to have people, maybe even outside our district, to come attend the conference. And there's a lot of networking, speech contests, presentations, educational sessions, and business meeting opportunities to hear. So it's a really great opportunity for people to get involved and participate. So here's the big event, and this is the big opportunity for corporate sponsors. And when you think of corporate sponsors, think of the major corporations, maybe the company with whom you work, or maybe your spouse, or maybe somebody you know in the community is really good about sponsoring nonprofit organizations. Your group or business can help us defray the cost by serving as one of our major donors. And as a sponsor, there's an opportunity for you to get benefit yourself as a corporate sponsor. We do have 4 different levels of sponsorship. At the bronze level, it's 1,000. And if you are a bronze level sponsor, you also get 1 complimentary registration for the event. And also, we're doing a VIP reception for our sponsors as an hors d'oeuvre reception event, and we're giving tickets for that as well. So at the bronze level, you get 1 complimentary registration and 2 VIP tickets. At the silver level, for 1,500 is 2 complimentary registrations and then 4 VIP tickets. At the gold level, it's 2,000 with 3 free tickets and 6 tickets to the VIP reception. And then at platinum of $3,000, we have 5 complimentary registrations for the company and 10 VIP tickets. We already had our first major donor of $3,000, a platinum sponsor, and that's CIC, so Cincinnati Insurance Companies. They are our first out of the gate, so to speak. They're our first thoroughbred who are ready to race to the finish line. And I'm hoping we have a lot more thoroughbreds in the race to help us out here. The other thing that we offer is if you are a sponsor, so if you are bronze through platinum company and you sponsor a Toastmasters club, for example, then that corporation can also contribute towards the club's membership registration for the event at a discount rate. So again, early bird 129, they can buy an individual ticket for 114 or get a corporate table for only $900, which is a saving of $18 per person if they do that. So it's a little bit of another benefit that we offer our corporate sponsors. So again, I hope if you know of any corporate sponsors that you reach out to them and share this opportunity, they could really use their support. But that's not all. We are offering different types of sponsorships this year for the corporate sponsors. Maybe that corporate sponsor wants to sponsor Friday night table topic speech contest. Maybe they want to do Saturday lunch. Maybe they want to do one of the other events, including the all-day beverage. What we'll do is if they sponsor that part of the event, they will get exclusive advertisement and signage during that event because we want to make them feel special for helping to contribute towards our conference. This year, we're doing something a little different. I've heard from some people that some of the smaller organizations or smaller companies can't really afford necessarily a major donation, anywhere from the 1,000 to the 3,000. So we made some less expensive donations and to make it as a sponsor with a twist. You can think about maybe your dentist or your doctor's office. Maybe it's the local bakery that you go to. But we allow donations to support our conference, and you could be a sponsor for one of the different activities here during the conference with only a $300 donation. And again, our hope is if people don't have to lay out maybe some more significant donations, only $300, maybe we can get more donors that way as well. And that's not all there. We have a $500 version as well. We have some of the more significant donations to support our conference where only for $500, they could be something like our decoration sponsor or our program sponsor, entertainment sponsor. So again, it's a really neat way to have them spotlighted and sponsored. But again, it's only for $500 and we'll still recognize them. So for advertisement, if somebody does choose to donate and be a sponsor, we give them a lot of benefits here. A lot of media advertisement, both social media before the event, their name and logo printed in the program. We also are creating the hyperlink on a digital program and on the conference website. There'll be a lot of displays and signage during the conference, and there will be thank you to emails to provide to the different attendees and sponsors as well. Again, we really want to thank our sponsors because they didn't have to do this, and it's a great opportunity for them to get their name out in the community as well. Now, if somebody is a platinum sponsor, they can also share a 1-minute company video during their program. So think about that. Your company can show a 1-minute video of their highlights of their organization during our conference. And it's a pretty neat way for them to showcase what they offer. Now, the top sponsor by dollar value also earns the right to introduce our keynote speaker. And I know Michael's going to talk about him a little bit after showing their company video. So how cool is that? Is for our top sponsor to be able to actually introduce our keynote speaker. So maybe you're thinking, I'm not able to donate towards the sponsorship, but there are other things I like to do maybe to support the conference. One thing that we did last year that we're doing again is the website banner and conference program ads. So when you access our district conference website, you will see a banner ad that streams along the bottom part of our website that is open for people to provide their logo or their advertisement. And as people log in to our conference, they'll see those advertisements there. It's only $100 per month to have a banner ad in our conference website. But maybe you want something where people can have hard copy. In the conference program, we're also doing our advertisements for ads for any business or club who wants to showcase what they offer there. It is very economical, only $30 for a business card size, all the way up to a full page ad is only $175. As you can probably agree, that's not a lot of money for a full page ad in a program. So again, great opportunity for people to participate there. Here's back by popular event. We're going to have our silent auction baskets again this year. So maybe you're part of an organization that donates different types of products, or you sell different types of products, and you want to go ahead and sell your wares as a donation towards the gift basket. You can provide a gift basket. It should be wrapped. It can be wrapped or unwrapped. The dollar value ranges between 20 and 500. And just these are some examples of what can be in a silent auction basket. It's opportunity to win prizes and bragging rights based on the final bid. So again, that was very popular last year as our silent auction baskets. And then vendor exhibit tables, that's something else that we did last year. If you know somebody who is either an author or is selling different types of products, for example, they can get a table at our conference. The fee is $50 per table. And the deadline is not accurate here. I'll fix the deadline here, but we will go ahead and have that as part of the conference. That's actually Saturday during the event. I have a typo here. And then we'll do a 50-50 raffle again, which is another great opportunity to showcase the opportunities there for a little competition to see who can win. And I'd like to share this. What's the return on investment for a company who is either a corporate sponsor or one of our business donors? And there's a tax benefits because we are a 501c3 company. It's a great way for them to support Toastmasters in the local community. They can publicize their organization during the conference. And it's really providing goodwill towards an organization such as Toastmasters that really focuses on improving people's communication and leadership skills. Also, there will be a promotion of a local community leader there as well. So how do you get more information? Here's my contact information. If you would like more information about this opportunity, I can get this to you. Or if you would like me to help present this opportunity for your company or somebody you know, I'd be happy to reach out to them myself. And so we're really excited about the opportunities here during sponsorship events. And if you have any other ideas, I'm open to those as well. So any questions from the group here on sponsorship this year?
My hand disappeared. Thank you for that. In the past, I've used your slides to forward on to our budgeting committee within our company. Will you be able to send those over?
Sure, absolutely. I
Great.
can go ahead and get that to you. And I provided them already to Deshaun, but I'll give them over to you as well.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'll bug him.
Deshaun has those, and he was working with the company on that. But again, if you can support him, Angela, even better. Let's go for platinum this year.
Yeah, I want to be introducing that keynote speaker.
I love it. I love it. Great.
Don, this is amazing. I am really excited for our conference and the amazing sponsors that's going to help us have a successful conference. I'm hoping for anyone that's listening, If your organization wants to help us put on a great show for District 40, please, please, please reach out to Dawn and we can talk through how you can help support District 40 Toastmasters in that endeavor. I did have one question with the table cost for an individual that may have products or books they would like to sell or share during the conference. Is that just a Saturday thing only, or is that for the entire conference weekend?
It is for the entire conference. Yep.
Great. Awesome.
Now, if there was a corporate sponsor, we identify could we present, in addition to sending them these slides, is there any forms we should have them fill out or just have them contact you for details?
They can just contact me for details. Absolutely.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I can send out this presentation in a little shortened version so that it's not quite so overwhelming to a corporation. I can send those out to anybody who needs that as well.
And is this information, Don, also available on our District 40 website?
No, but that's a great idea, Althea. I love it. I love how you think.
Trying to help you out there, buddy.
One thing you did remind me is the different things such as the silent auction baskets, as well as the vendor tables. We will have that as part of the District 40 conference website in the sponsorship page. It's not
Okay.
quite up yet, but once that's up, you'll go ahead and be able to register it yourself, be able to sign up either for a table or indicate that you're going to give a silent auction basket. And watch out for some more advertisement in January. We'll have a little bit of a media blitz about some of these opportunities.
Hey Don, I also think this is really great. I love the variety of ways that you have come up with. It's very creative in terms of how people can give and contribute, rather big and or small. One of the things that I am thinking about, if any of us maybe have friends or we know of businesses or whatnot, or maybe we want to share on our social media, is there like maybe a one pager of some sort to say, hey, if you want to contribute to the conference, here's a one pager, here's what you need to do, etc. So, because that helps if someone versus someone having to formulate the email, and that could sort of stall the desire to send it out. Rather, if the words are already there, layman terms to be able to just send out. So I don't have to do anything additionally but send that out. Is that something that you already have, or is that something that you even consider?
We don't have it now, but that's another great idea. I love it, Lamar. Yeah, we can put that together.
Yeah, copy paste. That works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love for me, because how I look at it too, because I love you have the benefit, because we're at the end of the year now where people want to give to 501c3 for tax purposes. And you're given to an organization where people are working on actively, like you said, being in a community where they're developing their leadership skills, they're developing their communication skills. And this is a wonderful organization to contribute for that cause. So it will only continue to build more leaders to support various sectors and whatnot in our local community. So I think that was a very great sale in terms of how, it can get people to involve. So if anyone's listening and that's you, like Althea was saying, well, we would love to have you partner with us. You've seen Don's communication, how you get in touch with him in terms of being able to follow up, because we believe strongly in this. I know for me, it's helped me out tremendously when it comes to my public speaking, when it comes to leadership. So Toastmasters has been a wonderful organization in that way.
Thank you, Lamar. Well, Don, thank you so much for sharing that. And again, we're looking forward to hearing great things from the fundraising committee, and I can't wait to experience some great things at the conference in May. So thank you.
That's good.
And we'll go ahead and turn things over to Michael to talk a little bit more about our keynote speaker and presenters for the conference.
So Angela looks like she has a question. I'll let her go first.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Angela. Go ahead.
I didn't know if it was the right spot. So, or if it was segueing into something, I know as far as donating financially, but is there a way if people wanted to volunteer or donate their time to volunteer to do something, or is that already wrapped up? Or if people are interested in getting involved, is there a way to do that?
Yeah, I do it. Every committee chair is looking for additional committee members to help out. So it depends on really what interests you, really would be what opportunity we would have. But I'm currently looking for people to help me in sponsorship. So again, whatever opportunities anybody would like to pursue and help out the conference, many hands make light work, and we'd welcome.
And we'll put you to work.
I just wonder if there's somewhere, like if people were interested in getting engaged, they could go online and find somewhere to help. Maybe if there's just an email address they could send to get more information, that'd be helpful.
We should have a list. So that's another great idea. You guys are awesome. It should be a list of here's volunteer opportunities for the conference.
Thank you for that question.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye, Don. Enjoy that grandbaby.
Thank you. Take care.
Awesome.
All right, Michael, over to you.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Michael Pope. Very excited to talk about my topic of talking about speakers. So before I talk about the keynote speaker, at the conference, we're also going to have workshop presenters. And so those workshop presenters are typically Toastmasters who want to go from, instead of speaking 5 to 7 minutes, they want to actually give a 45-minute talk. And I know for me personally, my first ever 45-minute talk was done at a Toastmasters district conference. And so it's a great opportunity. Now, we're no longer taking applications because we've already received, I believe, 14 applications. And we're in the process of going through that to determine who are going to be our speakers for the workshop. But very excited about the topics that I've seen come in and how we're planning to promote it. So all the speakers are going to get some really nice promotional things as well on social media. So I'm going to show you one of the promotional items that we're going to be doing before I talk about our guest speaker. So all of our workshop presenters, I think we're going to have at least 10, maybe more, depending on how the schedule works out. But we're going to have promotional items like this that they can use to help let people know that they're speaking at the conference, but also to help promote the conference as well. So we'll definitely be doing things like that. And let me stop this share real quick here. All right. And so that's that. Next, let's talk about our keynote speaker. So Don has talked about sponsorship. So thanks to sponsorship that we've had in the past and all of that, that helps us bring in really good keynote speakers. And I'm very excited about the keynote speaker that we have because he's local, first off. And a great friend of mine, he's actually my coach, my speaking coach. And he was in Toastmasters. He actually got his start in Toastmasters several years back. And now he speaks all over the world. And so I'm going to read his bio to you, and then I'll tell you a little bit more. I'll show you his picture. But our keynote speaker for the conference, for our Gallup to Glory conference, is Dr. Kareem Ellis. And I am going to pull up his picture, and then I'll read his bio, just so everybody knows who Dr. Kareem is. All right. So Dr. Kareem Ellis is the #1 breakthrough strategist, and he's been featured on NBC, CBS, ABC, Yahoo Finance, Wall Street Select, Fox Network, and many other major outlets. He's a dynamic powerhouse speaker with over 20 years of experience in the field of speaking, training, and breakthrough success. And he's authored the best-selling book, GPS My Success, which you may not be able to see it here in this book here. And the first 50 people who register will receive a copy of Dr. Kareem's book. So that way you can get it signed at the conference by him. Let's see. He's a recipient of the 2022 SpeakerCon Motivational Speaker of the Year, and he's an amazing motivational speaker. He's also a recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. He's a 2-time TEDx speaker. He's on the board of directors with the International Institute of Influencers. He's a member of the National Speakers Association. He was a past president of, I think, 3 different clubs here in District 40. He co-hosted a TV show called Keynote a few years back. He's also a Les Brown certified platinum speaker. and many other accolades. But Kareem is a very high paid speaker, an amazing individual. And I tell you, I'm very honored that he wants to do this because he's a, 5-figure speaker in most cases, right? So 10,000 plus speaking engagements, but he's offered his time to come to Lexington for us to speak. Good friend of mine, so he's gonna rock the house for sure. Dr. Kareem Ray Ellis. All right. So any questions for me? And I'll stop my share here.
Well, that's pretty phenomenal. Looking forward to that. I don't have any questions. I just hope I make it into the first 50 to register.
Exactly. So you get the book. And he's also going to be doing a workshop. He's going to do a keynote and a workshop in the
Okay.
conference. Yeah.
Awesome.
What day's the keynote? That Saturday?
I think it's on Saturday.
If you had to give a little spoiler alert or a little blurb to advertise for his book to get people to register, what would you say the book's value is?
Yeah.
The book is amazing. So GPS My Success, it talks a whole about vision.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you, so my personal relationship with Dr. Kareem. So I told you, I spoke 2 weeks ago, I was in Jamaica speaking. Before I went to Jamaica, I met with Dr. Kareem to talk about how to get the best mileage out of that speaking engagement in terms of, okay, where should I take, what type of picture should I take, what type of video, testimonials, and all that. So an amazing, amazing man. But this book here is a great read, and it helps you set your goals and really think about the future strategically. I mean, he's all about having a strategy for anything you do. And so he covers that in his book. And this is the easier read. This is you can read it probably in 2 hours, maybe.
Okay.
Most people. So a short book, but it's a really good book. I've read it a couple times. Yeah.
Any other questions from the group?
I don't have any good stuff, Michael, man. I'm looking forward to hearing the keynote speaker as well as the other speakers for sure.
Yes, yes. And I encourage everybody, go ahead and register for the conference. The registration is open. Go ahead and do it. It's well worth it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Can we put a link in the whatever?
To the conference. Yeah, we can share a link. Yeah, we can share the link to the conference website for those that are viewing. Check it out. Lots of great detail there. So
Yes, yes.
thank you, Michael. All
Thank
right.
you all.
Yes. Sue and Darlene, what do we have next to talk about regarding the conference?
I have just been encouraging everybody to get ready for this phenomenal conference that we're going to have and how much fun it's going to be, and that we will have so much to look forward to and being involved, not only being part of the conference, but we'll be there for the dirt.
I know it.
So I just think about all of the activities that will be enriching to our lives and the fun that we can have.
I'm really looking forward to, like, you guys don't understand. Like, this is going to be my third conference that I'm attending since COVID. And I'm really excited for this one. It's just, you guys have been doing a great job of just making sure that the district is well aware of what's happening with the conference. They're getting the details. You're building the momentum. You're building the excitement. At least I feel that way. So I'm just hoping that, this episode is another glimpse into what's to come for the conference weekend.
I think so. It was very well spoken about and everything in detail. So I think any person who may have a question would know kind of what to ask for and maybe where to go to find their answers. So I'm excited myself. I've been working on all of my hats I will be wearing.
Yeah.
On this celebration.
Yes, the fun hats.
Yes.
Yes. But I know Angela had mentioned when Dawn was on about how individuals who are interested that may not be able to financially sponsor or contribute, but they want to volunteer their time. So a good place to go is to the District 40 conference page on the D40 website. So it's D40toastmastersconference.org. That's where you'll get the registration link to sign up and register for the conference. You'll get a tentative agenda. You'll get to see all of the speakers once they've been solidified. You'll get all their information there. If you want to actually sign up to be a volunteer or have more questions, you can reach out to our conference chair, Arlene McMahon. On the website is her contact information. So please, please, please go to the website, learn more about the conference, sign up for the early bird special. Again, you'll get the opportunity to get Dr. Kareem's book and get his autograph during conference weekend. Again, another great opportunity for you to meet your fellow Toastmasters. It's Derby weekend, like Darlene said, so that's some excitement in itself as well. So I think it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. But I don't have any other questions. I'll turn things over to my other.
Well, I wanted to add something, if it's
go for it.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, at Toastmasters, we love to recognize each other, and you cannot start the conference without the parade of club banners. So that is returning on Saturday morning, and we just encourage all clubs to be represented, to bring your banner. And again, it's like the Olympics, the start of the Olympics when we don't do the da 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 da. But anyway, it's just a fun way for all of our clubs to be recognized, our club members to stand up and just take pride in your club and what you do. And the DTM walk is returning on Saturday. And boy, for the price of admission alone, Lamar King receiving his first DTM is worth the price of admission. But again, we're bringing that back, and we're going to give some extra attention to those people who have continued their education with earning more than one DTM. So again, those two events, Parade of Banners, the DTM walk, we're excited to have those return this year.
Yes.
Looking forward to
that. And we can use volunteers, so definitely sign up.
Well, Michael, Sue, Darlene, again, thank you guys so much for being with us this evening and sharing with the district all the great things that are coming on our conference weekend. Again, thank you for being with us this evening, and we wish you happy holidays.
Same to you.
Hey, yes.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Bye. Take care.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
And for our guests' convenience, we have posted the link for the conference website in the chat within the YouTube video as well.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Bye.
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 Evening, guys.
Well, friends, we are almost at the end of our episode this evening, and I'm really, again, I don't want to speak for you all, but I'm pretty excited for the weekend. This team has worked extremely hard, as every conference committee has in years past, but they've worked extremely hard to put on a great show for District 40. Again, another great opportunity for us to come together and be unified as a district to support those that will be competing in the table topics and international speech contests, respectively, to listen to some great and dynamic presenters, a great keynote. And the first timers, you guys are going to have a ball this one. So hopefully we get to our goal of 100 new individuals attending conference for the first time. So before we end our episode, I kind of go around the room and see if there's any final thoughts before we end the episode. Angela.
Yes, I do have some final thoughts. When we had our TLI the other day, it kind of goes along with the conference. There was a session about emerging leaders and how they're kind of forming this break-off group of people that are interested in, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but potentially becoming directors and beyond in the district. So it's a couple really seasoned people that are just taking charge and getting future leaders together to help guide them, answer their questions. And it seems like it's going to be a really fun group. I actually just got an email from them Saturday, January 18th, they are doing something from 1 to 3. I think this is in Cincinnati, but they gave us a email group to email and let them know if you want to be a part of whatever they send out for emerging leaders. So that is actually DTM leadership at D40Toastmasters.org. So I can put that in the chat as well. And just, message them and let them know you want to be a part of that group.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great opportunity for them for anyone that's interested to get a lot of information about what it takes to be a leader in the district. And those of you that are pursuing your DTM, district leadership is a requirement for that as well. So this will be a great opportunity for you to learn more about those district leadership positions, and then maybe throw your hat in the ring and go for a position for the next program year. So thank you for sharing that, Angela.
Oh, did I say that they were going to have something at the conference too? They said, I don't know.
Oh, cool.
That's why it tied in. Sorry.
Gotcha. Awesome. Good stuff. Lamar, what about you? Any final thoughts before we end the episode this evening?
Yeah, I would say as we are in contest season coming up here, one of the things that we're doing is really cool is we're doing a mock contest. So we're going to simulate what it would be like to actually participate in the actual contest January 2nd. So I'm really excited. Shout out to my club, City of Columbus, for this cool concept where we can get people actively involved with the contest and also primarily just to learn exactly what takes place. So to get people's feet wet to understand, because we've had quite a few new members, and just to help them to understand what's going to be happening. So I'm looking forward to that, with that happening within our club, but more so overall, you all, I'm looking forward to hearing these speeches that's going to be at the conference. The table topics winners, the speeches, being able to hang out with you all. I mentioned in the chat hanging out with Darlene, dancing on the dance floor. I'm gonna pull out a hat myself. Got some boots I'm already thinking about pulling out. So I'm looking forward to having a good time there as well. So hopefully you all can join us. We would love to have you all look in the notes to definitely get signed up for the upcoming conference. So with that, I yield. What about you, Sydney? What's shaking for you, my friend?
Ooh. Well, Lamar, there's quite a few things going on especially this time of year of the holidays. So other than buying buying stuff that costs me money to give to other people and get free stuff in return, which is pretty much every Christmas ever. I think the concept of goodwill is on my mind. That's really what Christ came to give in the month of this, and really what as we celebrate the month of December on the 25th day, re renewal. The idea that he was born of a virgin, came into earth to proclaim the Father's will and good tidings to all men, up to and including the forgiveness of sins, but goodwill to all. And the idea of goodwill also leads to the idea of renewal. And renewal, in addition to renewing your club dues, I think renewal should lead to renewing your vows and all kinds of, or renewing your goals. We call them New Year's resolutions in the United States. But for our international guests, the idea is simply to take on new priorities in life to give your life a new focus. And one area that I like in particular, besides just doing public speaking more in general, is the idea of bring your DTM, which, as our good friend Lamar here can attest to, is not an easy feat. And there are support groups within District 40, including a WhatsApp group where you can have accountability and support to help you in your journey. And I think the one I'm focusing on is speechcraft and youth leadership. If you go to our District 40 website, which I'll put in the chat here in the next minute or two, you can find information on how to start those. And there are folks in the district who will partner with you to help complete those fringe elements, because for me, that's the one thing I need to complete my DTM besides a couple other hanging chads. So I encourage you to just focus on renewing your vows, renew your life, renew your focus, and as Larry the Cable Guy would say, get her done. That's all I got. How about you, Althea?
Yeah, that's good stuff. You know, at this time of the year, a lot of us may take the opportunity to reflect on the year that has gone by and all the things that we've been able to accomplish, maybe a couple of the things that we weren't quite able to accomplish. I think it's important to always celebrate the small wins, the things that you were able to accomplish. There was a lot of us that started off this year that didn't make it to December, right? So there's so much that we have to be grateful for. So I appreciate, you sharing that message. But mine is really simple. Just take time to spend with your family and loved ones and just being grateful for this life, this precious life that we have, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So I just wanted to wish you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and looking forward to going into 2025 with a lot of great things for the podcast and within District 40. So that's just my benediction, if you will, for you all, is just to have a great holiday season with your loved ones and just come back ready to get things going again in 2025.
And remember, we'll see you guys at the conference live and in person too.
We will. So more to come. We will have a presence at the conference in May, but more to come on that. So with that, we are done, District 40. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you all, and we will
Yes.
see you in 2025. So with that,
We'll
we
see you
bid
then.
See ya.
Absolutely.
Happy
Thank